focus today evening is a curious case of former BRS MLA Chennamaneni Ramesh. It could have been far more than the curious case of Benjamin Buttons if it was not how horribly illegal and serious it also is, raising some very important questions. But here's the catch. He got his Indian citizenship and never gave up his German citizenship. At least he offered it only in 2020. That is, in 2020, he offered to give it up. But by then, he had been an MLA for around a decade. It was in 2013 that the Andhra High Court declared Ramesh wasn't an Indian citizen, but he was allowed to contest elections in 2014 and 2019 with a BRS ticket until a few days ago when the High Court has finally settled this matter. Let's listen in.
తప్పు చేసిన వారిపైన కఠిన చర్యలు తీసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. నేను రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వానికి, కేంద్ర హోంశాఖకు, కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వానికి కూడా ఈ తీర్పు తుదిపాఠం రాగానే ఆయనపై కఠిన చర్యలు చట్టపరంగా తీసుకోవాలని, అతను భారతదేశ పౌరసత్వం పొందడంలో సహకరించిన అధికారులు ఒకవేళ ఉన్నట్టయితే విచారణలు కూడా వారిపైన కూడా చర్యలు తీసుకోవాలని చెప్పండి.
And I'm being joined by Jagdeep Chhokar at this point, who's a co-founder for ADR. Very good evening, Mr. Jagdeep Chhokar. Thank you for joining us. The first question that everybody has on their mind, as curious as this case is, how can somebody who's a German citizen turn up to be an MLA in India? Not once, consecutively.
This is the wonder that we know India to be and the election system of India to be. There's a Form 2B on the Election Commission's website, which is the nomination paper for election to the Legislative Assembly of a state. In the first part, the party which is nominating the candidate says that we are nominating this person, etc., etc. His electoral roll number in this constituency is so-and-so. Part 2 is to be filled in by the candidate himself or herself. And after part 3 is to be filled up by the candidate. It says, I, the candidate mentioned in part 1, part 2, assent to the nomination and hereby declare that item 1, I am a citizen of India and have not acquired the citizenship of any foreign state. Now, this is a statement on oath the candidate makes. It is presumed to be having the approval of the party, and the Honorable Election Commission of India does a formal scrutiny of the nomination paper in the presence of other candidates or their representatives, because scrutiny of everybody is held at the same time. Over 2-3 election cycles, our election commission, which I am constrained to say, claims to be the gold standard across the world on electoral matters, and which our Honorable Supreme Court very beautifully accepts, was not able to do this simple scrutiny that this person did not have a citizenship of any other state when a case was going on in the High Court. And the government of India was contesting.
So, Jagdeep Chhokar, here's my question. Jagdeep Chhokar, here's my question. Who's responsible for this? Is it the BRS party? Is it the former MLA, who, by the way, eventually even rose up to be in the Chief Minister's office with a cabinet rank and so on and so forth? Or is it the Election Commission, or is it just a mockery of India's democracy?
No, the primary responsibility rests with the Election Commission of India. They are the people who conduct elections, and they do a formal scrutiny in which election nomination papers are known to be rejected by if there's a comma and full stop here and there. Primary responsibility is with them, and equally primary responsibility is with the candidate who has lied. Both candidate and the Election Commission are primarily guilty. The party is secondarily guilty. But it is actually quite
Okay,
shocking
and
to
to
see.
explain this to our viewers, and to
What should
explain
I
this to our viewers who may not be aware of it, who may not know, know the nuances, dual citizenship in India is not allowed. You can be an OCI, but you cannot have dual citizenship, right?
Yes, I mean, you see, that is the citizenship law. The election law says that a person makes a statement that I am a citizen of India and I have not acquired the citizenship of any other country. The person makes the statement, and it is the
Right.
duty of the election commission to make sure that the statement is correct. The candidate
And the
is
last question, Mr. Jagdeep, what next? What next? People are amused with this particular case because obviously this seems so bizarre. But there are very, very serious questions. You know, this is the whole thing. I mean, this is literally making a mockery of a system because laws are very, very strict for ordinary citizens. And then you have somebody walk away with such a caveat, becoming an MLA repeatedly. So it's literally two different standards for different folks.
No, Sneha, this is a very, very quick and dirty indicator of what happens in our entire national electoral system. From the time of preparing electoral rolls to the time of coming up with the final verified results. Election Commission has been completely non-transparent and opaque. Multiple questions addressed to the Election Commission by citizens have not been answered, including the organization that I work with. I lodged complaints under the violation of the Model Code of Conduct. Personally, as a citizen, they were not listened to. This is a very small indicator of the inefficiencies and maladies that affect our electoral system.
Jagdeep Chhokar, thank you very much for joining us, for your time. Huge questions. It may be one case, as some politicians will really point out, but that one case has left some very, very big questions completely unanswered. Jagdeep Chhokar, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.